Alabama's a 13.5-point favorite at the crib, 3:30 Eastern, ABC, Bryant-Denny Stadium. If you're Alabama, a lot of movie references throughout today's show. We don't apologize. Every single, movie that has a plane or a spaceship or anything that flies, there's always that scene where the pilot is, barreling towards the surface of the earth and someone next to them or someone in their ear is saying, pull up, pull up, pull up. This is that moment for Bama. Lose to Vandy, ball up top. Lose to Tennessee, we're still hurtling towards the face of the earth. Pull up, pull up, pull up. This has to be that moment where they pull up because you got Missouri rolling in town. You are a 2-touchdown favorite. 10-2, it's a discussion for the college football playoff. Might need a little bit of help from some of these teams across other conferences to feel great about your chances. But 10-2 Bama, it's a discussion. Let's talk about it. 9-3, you're not making the playoff. And guess what? There's riots in Tuscaloosa. Vibes are not good. People are not okay. All right, we'll say that much. College football sickos, make sure you're subscribed right here to the On3 YouTube channel. Game predictions like this one, instant analysis, reactions to just madness across the college football landscape. Want you subscribed, and we appreciate you for being subscribed. Also want to make sure you know the hard count is brought to you by our friends over at Prize Picks. When you play $5 in lineups, I did not say win, just when you play $5 in lineups, though we expect to win, you get $50 in promo funds, again, when you use code HARDCOUNT. So thank you for using that code. Thank you for being subscribed. Now back to the prediction. If you're Missouri, as underwhelming as parts of this year have been, and this isn't me dunking on Missouri, this is just talking facts here, the Boston College game, far too close for comfort. The Vanderbilt game, now Vandy, shouts to Vandy, a better win than maybe folks gave credit for originally, but still Vandy. Missouri, if you're going to be a team that competes for the college football playoff, you probably should have made much more light work of that than overtime. It is what it is. The A&M game is embarrassing. The Auburn game, Auburn's, I think, a tough out in a lot more of a way than people give them credit for. But still, if Missouri is going to be a team that ends up being in that college football playoff discussion, you should be a lot more convincing, and you should at least have had a better showing against A&M. That's one part of this. As underwhelming as this part of the year has been to this point for Missouri, guess what? Still a one-loss SEC team right now. And you got Alabama in the most gettable spot you've ever had them, short of them being at your place. All people will remember about this year, if you beat Alabama, it won't be that it was Kalen DeBoer's first year. It won't be that Alabama just lost to Tennessee the week before. It'll be that Missouri rolled in Tuscaloosa and beat Alabama. That's all they'll write songs about now, okay? Just so we're on the same page there. So kind of a tale of two situations here. Alabama, ultimate chill pill opportunity. If they can beat Missouri, it's a ranked win. Would make you feel better about life. Be a good thing. Missouri, again, chance to just rebrand your season. When they print out the T-shirts of the tour that you went on this year, they would have on the front, beat Bama. Wouldn't be a bad way to live. Now, if you're Missouri, man, I don't think you can do what Tennessee did to Bama. And what Tennessee did was just take a club out of the basement and start beating Bama over the head with it when it came to running the football. Ran for over 200 yards. It is what it is. So where does that leave us? Well, first, you hope and you pray that Brady Cook and his lower body is in a good place going into this game. If you're not a religious person, now might not be a bad time to start out there in Columbia. I think you need Brady Cook to be mobile in this football game. You need him to be at his best. Because B- Brady Cook, I don't think that gets it done for you in this game from a health perspective or from an output perspective. So going back to what I said, if you don't have the bludgeoning run game that you would like to have in this football game, and again, if you have it, we'll talk about it in a different way on Sunday. But again, I don't think that's the way you beat Bama today or on Saturday. So what do you got to do? You feed Luther Burden your all-everything wide receiver, Baby Gerber style. You spoon feed him the ball. And I don't want to be overly dramatic. Y'all, he has 0 games with double-digit catches. What are we doing here? What are we talking about? He has 7 targets a game. 50 targets over 7 games. Right around 7 targets a game. That's not going to cut it. There's no way that's going to cut it. He's your best player on your football team. Why are we minimizing the impact he can have? And I get it. You say, hey, JD, teams know Luther Burden's really good too. They try to take him away. 7 targets, not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that good. It's not nearly enough for what Luther Burden brings to the table, for what he could be for your football team. Say, JD, okay, well, they double cover him. I know. You know what else exists? Jet sweeps, screens, direct snaps to my guy. For goodness sake, get him the football. And again, I'm oversimplifying it. I'm not in the locker room in Missouri. I get all that. They know a lot more about their team than I do. But as a person outside looking in that knows what Luther Burden brings to the table, get him the ball, man. Get him the freaking ball, because here's the deal. He is, I believe, the one player on your roster that could switch sidelines tomorrow and be a dog for Bama. Now, Theo Weiss Jr. also had offers from Alabama out of high school. I get that. You need a big game from him too. Because, again, if you're not going to beat him in the run game, you got to go aerial assault. And Bama's a little bit dinged up in the secondary now. So it's Luther Burden, it's Theo Weiss Jr. Theo Weiss, you got one game over 100 yards. I'm not knocking it, but if you want to have another one, this is the game to do it, brother. All right, this is the game for Alabama. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about where they're at right now. Kalen DeBoer, I fully believe, is a savant offensively. Nobody's questioning it. The dude calls offensive plays like Bach is on the keys, like Ali in the ring. You hear me. Dude knows offense. Guy knows ball, contrary to what Twitter would tell you. They have undeniably improved in the passing game. That's not even up for debate. Like, you don't even need to look at numbers. You can if you want to, but you don't even look at numbers to know that Jalen Milroe has elevated his game under Kalen DeBoer in his offense. We get that. However, in this game, let's run the ball. Okay? Let's run the ball. The reason why I say that is because there is tangible videotape evidence of Texas A&M just absolutely abusing the Missouri defense up front. Now, I'm not telling you that's who Missouri is. I'm not telling you that they're going to have the same kind of effort against Alabama that they did against A&M. Not to say it's an effort thing, but I'm not telling you they play as poorly as they did against A&M. But, y'all, let's test it out. Let's try. Because you look at the ingredients, you got a freaking Avenger at quarterback in Jalen Milroe. Let him tote the rock. You got multiple offensive linemen that will have NFL careers. Let them go bully mode. You got really solid backs. Do you have what you've had in the past? Do you have Jahmyr Gibbs back there? No, but guess what? They can get the job done for you. And honestly, like I'm all for the RPO. I'm all for putting the ball out in space. Ryan Williams, get him his money. I totally get that. However, like there's a certain point where you just got to say, we are the bully. We're drawing the line in the sand. We're going to go do what A&M did to you and run for right around 200 yards. That, I think, is the path to winning this football game. And so when it comes to our prediction here, man, like there just comes a time in every person's life you got to draw a line in the sand. Say enough is enough. The Tennessee game went how it went. That hurts. The Vandy game went how it went. That hurts. Did the Georgia game happen, or are we all just living in a simulation? Don't actually answer that. But I'm just saying, I don't really remember Alabama since the first half of that game looking at all resembling what they were in that first half against Georgia. Let's get back to the basics. At the end of the day, you're still Bama. And that's not me trying to be down on Missouri. The spread is what it is for a reason. Jalen Milroe is who he is for a reason. Like, let's go back to bully ball. Let's be who we want to be up front. And let's run the ball. So, again, I think that this team still has some Saban traits within them. Saban still recruited the majority of this team. Saban still has an offense out there, still in Tuscaloosa. I think Bama wins this football game. I'll take it a step further. I think Alabama covers the 13.5. So we're kind of buying the dip here on Bama with the showing against Tennessee. But again, I think they win. I think they cover 2 touchdowns. Part of this, for me, truly, if we're just going to be on the same page here, I don't really trust Missouri all that much.